Maya had always been fascinated by abandoned places, so when she heard about the old hospital on the outskirts of town, she couldn't resist exploring it. The place had been shut down for years after a fire ravaged its wings, and the rumors of strange happenings inside were enough to pique her curiosity. Armed with only a flashlight and her phone, Maya entered through a broken window and carefully made her way down the long, decaying hallways. The air inside was thick with dust, and the faint smell of something old and rotting lingered in the air. The walls were lined with peeling paint, and the floors creaked beneath her every step. As she wandered deeper into the building, she stumbled across a room with a strange, heavy door. It was partially ajar, and a cold draft pushed through the crack. Maya's curiosity got the better of her, and she slowly pushed the door open, revealing a small, dimly lit room. At first, it seemed empty, but then she noticed something strange on the far wall. A series of old photographs hung crookedly. She stepped closer, the hairs on the back of her neck standing up. The photos were all of patients, their faces twisted in fear or agony. But it wasn't the photos that made her blood run cold, it was the fact that each of them had been crossed out with thick black lines. Suddenly, a sharp, raspy voice whispered from behind her, making her freeze in place. "You shouldn't have come here." Maya whipped around, her flashlight beam slicing through the darkness. There was no one there, just the empty room, cold and silent. Her heart raced, and she turned to leave, but as she moved toward the door, she saw something that made her blood run cold, a figure in the doorway, its features obscured by shadow. Before she could react, the door slammed shut with a violent crash, plunging her into darkness. Her flashlight flickered and died. The whisper came again, louder this time, as if it was right next to her ear. "You should never have come back." Maya's breath quickened. She felt a cold hand brush against her cheek, and she spun around, but no one was there. The air thickened, as if the building itself was closing in on her. Panicked, she groped for the door handle, but it wouldn't budge. Then, from the darkness, came the sound of footsteps, slow, deliberate, and getting closer.